Okay, let's take a quick look at solving proportions. Okay, a proportion is a statement of two equal ratios, which we see here we have in all of these problems. Uh, it is done through cross multiplication, which means we're going to cross multiply numerators with denominators. So pretty straightforward when we do that. So let's take 32 times b and get 32b. And then we'll get 4 times 56, which is 224. Creates a very simple one-step equation from there to solve. To get b by itself, we'll divide both sides by 32. And that will give us b equals 7. Okay, so let's move on to this example here. Let's again take a look at cross multiplying. So we're going to get 14w equals 55. Again, just a one-step equation from there to solve with division. We're trying to get w by itself, so we will get rid of the 14 by using the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. And then when we see that 14 does not go into 55 evenly, we could just leave the final answer is 55/14. Also note the fact that just because we did not get a whole number doesn't mean that the answer is wrong. If you actually plug this in and checked, you would actually see that this is correct. This last example is not too much harder. Just notice here we are going to cross multiply the 3 and the 5, which is very straightforward. But when we look to cross multiply the 7 times the 2h plus 5, it's very important that we think of this as a quantity. Okay, so we'll have to perform distribution. I also recommend that you don't try and perform the distribution right off, but you actually write out the interim step for the multiplication. So we're going to get 5 times 3 is 15. And then instead of actually trying to distribute the 7, I'm just going to kind of set it up. So 7 times quantity, 2h plus 5. Okay? So from there, we'll distribute. We'll get 15 equals 14h plus 35. There we'll subtract 35 from both sides. It's a simple two-step equation. So now we've got negative 20 equals 14h. 35 and negative 35 cancel. And then here we're going to divide both sides by 14, which gives us negative 20 over 14 equals h. Now we do have to make sure we simplify this fraction and look for a common factor. It looks like a common factor of 2 will help us simplify. So 2 goes into 14, 7, and 2 goes into negative 20, negative 10 times. So the answer is going to be h equals negative 10 over 7.